Howard is committed to fostering a strong community by respecting, promoting, prioritizing diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Howard supports students of different colors and backgrounds.
An example of this would be the many different clubs like the Black Student Union, Latin Student Union, Christian Club, and more.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Kyle Hill, principal of Howard High School Technology, part of NCCVT. This is my fourth year as principal of Howard. I'm excited to participate in the interview with my Teacher Academy students as they compete for the state CTSO. One of my main reasons to work at Howard is it was a majority minority school, meaning that majority of our students are people of color. And it was important for me to pour into kids that reminded me of myself, because I finally remember those educators that really supported and helped me, and I wanted to give back in my journey through education.
Howard has been around since 1867. It has overcome many challenges like segregation, racism, and was one of the schools a part of Brown versus Board of Education.
Starting off as a school mostly for Black students, it has now become a melting pot of different cultures and ethnic backgrounds.
Key part of child development is recognizing and seeing the power of seeing people who look and sound like you.
A big part of diversity in schools is accommodating students that might have language barriers. Now introducing our English learner instructor, Mr. McCullough.
I'm the EL instructional coach here at Howard. So as the EL instructional coach, I work with students whose native language is not English to provide them with the knowledge they need to be successful in all of their classes. So teaching English, but also helping them with whatever they need, being a support in any way they need in any of their classes. It's important because, especially in terms of diversity, these students come from other areas, and without additional support, they may not be able to be successful. It keeps us from drawing into ourselves and into people who think just like us. It forces us to think critically. We'll give them different opinions and different ways of viewing the world. It helps change and shape the way we view the world and the way we think.
My name is Ms. Shauna Abram. I teach 9th grade ELA here at Howard High School Technology. So promoting diversity in schools is very important because our students, their voice feel empowered. And for that, we need to acknowledge that everyone is not the same. Everyone does not come from the same background. Everyone has a lot to contribute to their school community based on what they can offer. So that is why I feel like diversity and inclusion is super important in school community. Howard, and I will say our district as a whole, one of our priorities is we've created a committee of teachers and students that can contribute to our task force for diversity, equity, and inclusion. So a lot of students are able to not just give feedback to staff members about whether our school environment is safe and diversified, but they too can show their leadership in creating ideas. For example, with Black History Month, we had a student task force that created some ideas and generated to celebrate and acknowledge Black History Month. So there's a lot of great things happening behind the scenes where diversity, equity, and inclusion is a priority for our school.
How can you promote multiculturalism in the classroom? According to Drexel University, educators should
Get to know their students, maintain consistent communication, acknowledge and respect every student,
Practice cultural sensitivity, incorporate diversity in the lesson plan, give students freedom and flexibility.
Howard is Black history. Howard is my history.
Howard is open to everybody. Remember,
It takes a little more to be a wildcat.